Okay, so another great feature of Geosoft is that it allows you to merge databases. So if you've got databases in the same area from different years, you can merge them together. Something to be very careful about here is that if you've got magnetic data from, say, 2015, 2016, 2017, you merge them into one database and you grid it. It is very likely that you're going to have shifts in your data. And so in 2015, let's say all your data, the mean of your data is about 100. Maybe in 2016, the mean of your data is going to be around 500. And in 2018, it's going to be around 300. So you're going to have these constant shifts in your data. So it's not always a good idea to merge them. Hopefully, if you've got a small enough data set, you can merge it without too much difficulty. But I would say the way forward is, if you have an area that you have repeatedly surveyed in those 3 years, pull out a profile, the original data, along maybe a line that you've repeatedly measured in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and plot it on a graph. And you will see these shifts. You will see the static shift. I'm sorry I don't have anything to show you here. And then literally you would minus out 100 from the one data set. You would choose what you're going to choose your reference level as, and you would add or minus constant values from each year's data set to get it to that level. And so say, for example, 2015 is a bit low from the average. You would obviously add a constant value to all the data to shift it up. You wouldn't add different numbers, you'd literally add 100 to all of it to shift it up. And say your 2018 data is higher than your average, then you would minus a constant value, same number from all your data. But that said, please email me if you need more questions about that. Hopefully I can come across some real data to show that. How to merge two databases. Here I've got database 1, it's called merge 1. I've got station numbers 1 and 2, longitude, latitude, and the Bouguer gravity. Here I've got merge 2, I've got station 3, 4, longitude, latitude, and Bouguer. So what I do is I go database tools, database utilities, merge databases. Database to modify, so what database am I going to go and modify? This is a big disclaimer. Make sure you have copies of your databases. Literally go into the file where they're saved and copy and paste right there so you have a second copy, because more than likely the first few times you do this you're going to get it wrong and you're going to overwrite your data and you're going to be cross. So do that. Second thing here, database to merge, is where you're going to take data from and you're going to add it to merge 1. So, which lines do you want to merge? You can say all. Maybe you didn't want all your lines and you've deselected some. For me, it doesn't matter because I've got so little data. Channels to merge, those are your columns. Again, I would say all because I've only got 4, but maybe you don't want to merge all of yours. And then do you want to replace existing data? If you say no, what that means is that if your merge 1 is blank, and you merge, this database here is blank, and this database down here, merge 2, has got data, if you choose no, and you click continue or yes, it will move all the data into merge 1. But if you have data already in merge 1, it's going to give you an error message. If you click yes, replace data, what's going to happen is that in merge 1 I've got station 1 and 2. Down here in merge 2 I've got station 3 and 4. Replace is literally going to completely remove station 1 and 2 and overwrite it with station 3 and 4. So most likely you're going to want to use this last one, append, and that's literally going to have, you're going to have 1 and 2 in this database, and it's going to add 3 and 4 at the bottom. So let me show what that does. Let's click OK. And you can see, go back here, it's literally added it at the end. So that's probably the case that most people want to do. I should have said at the start, I'm sorry for not saying, make absolutely sure your headings are the same in both databases. If I have station here in the first database and station 1 in the second database, it won't merge those two columns. It'll see as it's two separate columns, and so here I would have station with 1 and 2, and then a star underneath for 3 and 4, and over here I'd have a second column that says station, what did I say, station 1 or 2, and it would have star, star, and then 3 and 4. So make sure your columns are the same. Also make sure your line numbers are the same. If this says L1 and this says L0 and this is S0, it's not going to merge them. How you make sure these are the same is you go right click on it and go to edit, and then make sure these numbers are the same and make sure this option is the same. Line will give you an L. I can't even remember, I think B is S. No, B is B. So just go here and play around with it. And, well, make sure it's the same. And then you can merge. So those are very important things to note. Again, be careful if you are merging databases across different years, because there most likely will be a shift in them. I do have some data. I'll do a follow-up tutorial on this when I get a chance.